what would you like the community and the city to know about developers, and how would you like to change the way they see developers?
Well, with the collaboration, I think that's what I'd like to see, have them realize is, one, that developers are their neighbors. They're just like people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we're just people, and then we're not all these multi-millionaires, right?
Right.
There's the people who are investing in developments often are just investors.
Yes.
It could be like teachers unions and these other groups that are investing in these projects, or they can be people who've worked in other jobs their whole life, and they have a couple $100,000 saved up, and they decide that they want to be an investor in a development.
Yeah.
So it's not, the pockets aren't that deep. These people are just people.
Yeah.
They're trying to do the best they can, and they are interested in the well-being of the community.
Right.
They are interested in making a product that improves the community and is one that will sell, I guess.
Yeah.
So we talk about apartments and the different things that people are developing, and there's a lot of feedback from the community on what type of units to develop, and that's fine and good. In the end, though, like if you have a bakery, you are going to bake bread that sells.
Right.
And regardless if someone says, I want all rye at your place or all sourdough,
Right.
you want to build what sells.
Right.
And you don't want to have inventory just sitting on your shelves. And that's the same thing for any development. You want to build buildings that have tenants, commercial tenants in them, restaurants, shops,
Yeah.
or apartments that have people in them. So the goal is to build something that will be a viable product.
Yeah.
So the developers are just people. Everyone's trying to make a product that will sell and work well.
Right.
And they're not. There doesn't need to be this opposition. There can be a more collaborative process than there traditionally has been.
Got it.
And I get that some developers are guilty of causing this relationship to feel this way.
Right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like anything, right? There's good doctors, there's bad doctors. There's good real estate developers, there's probably not so good real estate.
Right,
It's like anything, right? And so, yeah, that totally makes sense. And it's interesting, I never thought about that too, because going back before we cut to commercial, you said how obviously the housing's needed, and our values here in Salt Lake are becoming more and more unaffordable, and that's just because of supply and demand. Mm-hmm. If we don't have supply, then demand goes up and costs go up. But if we have more supply, then the demand isn't there, and then the prices will go down. I never even kind of thought about, high density, that would obviously, the more high, I'm not saying that everybody wants to have now more high density, but obviously the more high density there is, the more supply there is, probably the less demand we'll have, and then we become more affordable opposed to less affordable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never even looked at it like that. Okay, cool. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, you're gonna share with us a nightmare story. I know a little tiny bit about it, and so this is a development nightmare story. I've had my nightmare stories on fix and flips, and you lose a few, bucks. I can't imagine, on a bigger project, the holding costs and taxes every year and all of that good stuff. So you're not going to want to go anywhere. Stay tuned. We will be right back.